I'm not sure if it's going to work for Alliance, but it's a team that's... You kind of look at the storyline for Alliance leading into this, and for the most part, Dakota, they've been searching for a new formula.
Yeah.
They had the perfect formula on TI3. Everyone was copying it. Then the new patch hit, and ever since then, they've just been struggling to find the next great thing.
It seemed like for a while they're like, oh, we can kind of make this work. Our old 4 Protect 1 days, we got a Naga and Loda's on it, and we're pulling out games. Yeah, they're long as hell, but there's opportunity for us to really pull it back. But more and more teams are recognizing that, and they're going to make things even more tricky for Alliance. And
it's just not reliable the way it used to.
Certainly not. And what's it going to say for Secret if they throw together this hodgepodge kind of a team and they manage to still come out with a big victory? That just goes to show that this team is very much dominating, and they have great chemistry, great fluid work, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to bank in the early game right now. They're going to have to try to zone out what I would imagine being this Legion commander in the off lane, who, with the benefit of the overwhelming odds, is not going to be taking a whole lot of poison damage.
Yeah, he should be able to, and also just kind of heal through it with press the attack as well. And that is one thing for Alliance. They are fairly light on true stuns. They have a lot of damage over time, but outside of that, it's Doom and it's RP, and that's pretty much it. So, obviously, Legion Commander, it's an important hero, but do you really want to Doom him? Probably not. You want to save that for the Chen, who can send heroes back, keep them alive, or somebody else. So, with that said, we'll introduce our teams. It's Alliance 1 and... I believe it's 1 and... Did I say 1 and 3 or 1 and 4?
1 and 4.
1 and 4. Meanwhile, Team Secret 3-0. Looking good so far in the Summit 2. And they're the only team to take a win off of Tinker, who are on top of the groups for now, 6-1. We introduce the lineups. Misery on the Doom. Admiral Buldong will be playing your core Venom answer. So it is, in fact, the 4 position Doom. 8 Mother, who's been a beast on that mid lane, handling the Magnus. Towards the top lane goes Loda on the Bristle Boss, and Izake backing him up as the Wiz.
And on your Radiant team, the team is a secret, but as far as the players go, it's going to be Big Daddy who's going to be playing your Disruptor. On the bottom also, it's going to be Kuroki playing none other than his core Clinks. Nearby in the mid lane, it's Puppy with that early Invis rune on his Chen, the old signature true. In the mid lane, it's going to be Viper, played by none other than Mr. S4, and that leaves Mr. Simba, as he's now called, on your Legion Commander off lane.
Yeah, we've really not seen this hero at all for Secret, and particularly for Fly, it's primarily been Timbersaw as of late. I think outside of that, we've seen a decent amount of his Nature's Prophet, but to be honest, like, he hasn't played that many heroes for the team, so I'm curious to see how the overall draft will work around him. He has an important role to play this game. They're only stun. And I mean, unless you want to...
Well, yeah, true initiator.
True initiator.
Yeah, he gets a hold of a blink. Yeah, he needs to close the gap and help it out, because you can't always rely on maybe a glimpse coming nearby. And we're seeing a bit of a tift here in the bottom jungle as Doom is trying to contest the pulls as they're coming their way. They did lay down the early ward, but it was quickly taken down. They actually get an early glimpse as well. They're just dishing out some serious right click. Look at that, the net as well. Oh boy, they're going to try to body block. Smell my butt, sir, on my creep tool here, and a few more right clicks, they might be able to secure the first blood here. Can they do it? Boom, they got it. It's Puppy to pick it up, and Secret strike first.
Yeah, really nice body blocking, my Puppy. I said it's first blood, but it wasn't guaranteed. It's a Puppy Chen. He's going to have the body blocks in play. I mean, this is... You remember that Lycan Wolf play at TI2? I don't know if you've ever seen the clip. Man, he pulled out some work there, and he does it again.
He's great with his micro ability, being able to control all these creeps, and we don't see him on Chen a whole lot often as of recent, but I definitely welcome him back as he already strikes first and makes it worth the while, and he's also good about harassing out the mid lane. If you give him that, dirty harpy, it's going to be a hard day for an 8 Mother in the mid lane as well.
Fuck that creep, dude. So annoying to lane against.
Well, they like to push early. I remember last time as well as Kuroki got Clinks, they're just going to go for towers immediately, and they're already laying in some right clicks into it, and there you're going to see Doom have to be TP'd back in the lane, but see you later, bye! Express route right back to where you came from, buddy, and that's going to put him right back towards the jungle.
Yeah, you look at a Disruptor, and even a Clinks, you don't really think, okay, 2.5 minute tower, but
Tower's dead.
The Puppy Chen factor is in play, and Kuro gets the last hit, up to 900 gold. I am very curious, does he rush the Orchid this game? Do we see that quick Midas? With a tower this fast, you can definitely justify the Midas pick.
You got to remember, Klink's got that recent buff. Hey, now he can bring in a Desolator, a Diffusal, what the hell ever you want. Desolator seems to be the more spicy grab for some of these Klink's players after they do get the maybe standard Orchid. So right clicks only get much more nastier after that, and Kuroki knows how to put it to strong use.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of space here in the bottom lane. Like, what's a Venomancer going to do to stop a Clinx's farm? Yell him? He'll be fine. And he can also retreat to the jungle if they want to give Big Daddy some levels. He'll probably need it. For now, he's pulling back the wave, going for the double pull. Doesn't get it to pull through, so that'll hurt him a bit. But Misery, again on the move as this jungle Doom. Didn't work out yesterday for Lions, but they're going to try to make it work now. Simba trying to keep himself alive with a press the attack. Misery doesn't have a useful creep. They'll goo and they'll chase. They might get this kill, but man,
they had to sweat for it.
Yeah, they had to sweat. That's the way to put it.
Okay, even though it gets one last little catapult hit, it gets extremely low. So finally they benefit from something on that top lane because bottom is not going good. Mid lane, not going much better. Viper 22-13 to 8 Mothers 10-0. So he's desperately trying to linger on, you know, being that melee, big ugly kind of a matchup going against the ranged Viper. I'm not surprised he's having a bit of a rough time here as far as CS goes, but man, oh man, he's going to benefit from this early, that S4 Viper.
We will find a double damager. Doesn't have a bottle, though. We'll probably see him going for more utility items, but unfortunately that means he can't fully benefit from this. Does have to just use the DD rune immediately. We'll start jungling. But if anyone knows how to counter the Magnus, it would be his son. So far, S4, he's been doing a great job on that mid lane. 17 denies, like you pointed out. Such a powerful start.
Denies are that much more important now. These changes are going to be that much more devastating. And Kuroki continues to handle work here in the bottom lane. Not too scared about these pesky little wards and has still plenty of regen to work with. He starts off by grabbing a couple of rings here. He's got a couple of hands. Why not, right? Soul Ring going to be grabbed up with the
Oh, Misery. Side, he's so damn low, but he is moving away. Already used the Scorched Earth. Big Daddy, can he get in vision? It is nighttime. Currently they're a bit short. 8 Mother will rotate in and...
It was close.
Bullet dodged. That was so close to being a kill.
Even at level 2, Glimpse's range is pretty nice. So if he had gotten the proper vision, it would have sent him all the way back, been a guaranteed kill. But now looking on through, Ake dances near this troll, who's going to continue to scout things out. Just constant pressure all over. Nowhere feels safe right now for Alliance, though. Loda continues to farm it up here at the top. He's the head CS farmer right now for Alliance, being 25-8, trying to bring it in. But it is a Bristle after all, and I don't know. I'm still not convinced it's a core Bristle. I guess I haven't seen it firsthand. I'm really curious to see what he decides to bring on now.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I do like for the Bristleback this game is there's no Skywrath Mage, there's no pure damage from like a Timbersaw, which Secret have been running a lot of lately. So I don't think there's anyone that like straight up counters Bristleback, but you still have Viper, who kites the hero pretty well. Clinx, you'd rather have range DPS versus a Bristle, so you're not likely to just take too much quill damage. I don't think it's a perfect Bristle game. I do think Wisp and Mag are fantastic backup, but bottom lane, they'll go in on Bulldong, because the rotation comes from Big Daddy, and that's a quick, clean kill for Kuroki.
Like nothing. It's the Glimpse, man. I love Disruptor, and that Glimpse ability is ridiculous. Get it up to level 4, and he's glimpsing people out of other games at that point. It's just ridiculous the range you can work with to just get a great isolation play and setup like that. Just comes right into the arms of your Clinx, who's dishing out heavy damage as it is, and now he has near 1,400 gold. It's getting a bit ridiculous. There's your Arcane Boots now going to be in the hands of Disruptor, so he can reliably continue to throw out Static Storms, even just to kind of push out lanes or kind of bring in a little bit of extra gold on the side. Works out, but...
Does find the Legion Commander. He'll purge that slow off. RP, not yet available. 8 Mother, 6.5 minutes, and those denies paying off. He would normally have his level 6, but he doesn't. And they'll try to find the trade here on S4. Well, not the trade, but the other kill. It's a tough one, though. Already Buckler picked up. Hedros at the ready. They can't get it. Who said denies don't matter anymore? Misery now being turned on. Can they finish off the job? S4 going up onto the high ground into 4 heroes. Man, oh man, you know he's far ahead when he can do that at 6.5 minutes.
Like they're struggling to just get something, and when they do, they have to work so hard to just even get the job done, and that's just kind of morally devastating to the team when you're trying to get a lot. And even this tornado, God, get this thing away from me! He skewers out to avoid the damage right there, and it's all Secret right now. This is dominating whatever they decide to roll it about, and still just more space. Kuroki's just, you guys do what you got to do. I'm just going to chill here and find my farm, and later when I show up with my big hard-hitting damage, how are they going to really contest it? And going to find the appropriate targets. I imagine they just kind of ignore the Bristleback and take care of him last.
Kuro with a very different take on Clinx this game. This is like your old school cool Clinx. Just goes straight in for the max searing arrows, picks up the Aquila Soul Ring. He's not going for an early Midas that we saw Eternal Envy originally pioneer. He's also not rushing the bottle and just kind of pseudo-jungling, which, as he dives low to bottom lane, nearly finish him off. Man, that damage.
That's supposed to be a tanky Bristleback, too. He just... big damage, even from the back. I know it's just level 1 bristleback, but still, it just goes to show like that's going to be a scary thing to be dealing with soon.
But yeah, this is the combat clicks. This is originally kind of how the hero was brought into competitive play, was just rush your Orchid, make sure you have some mono regen to get you to the Orchid, and just constantly apply pressure, split push, make sure that you're zoning heroes out of lane. Take advantage of the power of Searing Arrows in the laning stage, and it's something that players have shied away from recently, but it's kind of cool to see it in play again, and I think it fits in nicely with the overall draft for Secret. Heroes that nobody scales hugely well here late game. I mean, Legion can if he steals a bunch of damage, but it's an offlaner, you don't depend on that. Disruptor is okay late game support, but I think it fits in nicely with the overall draft.
Loader rotates to the top, and there's going to be a Thunderstrike glimpse all the way back right into the arms of your Legion commander. They're going to go toe-to-toe. Here's your first duel of the game. We got a winner, and it's going to be none other than Simba, but now they're going to try to make him pay. Big Daddy's probably not going to be able to get away with this one. Certainly not, as they dive on through and get it done.
No mana for Gale.
No, he does not. No mana for RP either, as he's going to try to retreat back, but a rotation. There's the mana they need. They quickly slam down the hammer, and they will be able to take down Simba. He quickly falls, but still the right click's coming out from S4. They take down the Magnus, and Loda can't get away. They're so slow, and the big bad bird even getting in on the action as Puppy moves on through. A pesky little Balake gonna go away to the corner to try to focus on me, guys. Let my team free. Nice tether though, brings him low, but ultimately he does blow up, and it's a big triple kill for S4.
And this is without Kuroki. They sent 5 heroes top. Kuroki's just free farming bottom, 1700 gold, a leader in terms of CS.
Keep it up, guys.
4 protect Kuroki. I mean, this is a great team to play carry for, right? Like, your team literally is winning fights without you, and this has been the story of Secret for the most part. Not to say Kuroki hasn't pulled his weight. He certainly has when they've needed it, but so many games just won without him. 4 for 2 trade there, and Alliance on the losing side of that equation is 8 Mother Magnus. It's been great, but he's not getting his farm. Still no Arcane Boots. Still no Blink Dagger. It's only 1 death for him. The bigger concern is the CS department. 18 CS. The enemy Viper is 59. He's got more denies than the Mag has CS.
Crippling start, maybe a bit on tilt here as he's trying to just desperately recover, but Secret, they're just a team of so many individually talented players. You kind of question how they're going to work together, how the chemistry is going to be, and it just shows they can make it work. And look at that, it's going to be a Blinks. Clinks picks up the Blink Dagger, favors positioning over anything else, and we might see him start getting in the action.
They're going to keep on the pressure top lane while Kuroki, with that Blink Dagger, moves into the Roshan pit. He doesn't have a Death Pact, though, and that is a pretty big deal, but he's going to find 2 low HP heroes. This looks to be a double kill if they're not very quick. Loda trying to retreat out. They'll dust. They'll look to turn this. 8 Mothers coming in. Kuroki may have overextended. Shockwave, he will pay. They'll bring in Big Daddy, but do they get anything out of this? They need S4, and they'll get him now. Charging on the Loda. Can't finish anyone, though. Now looking for 8 Mother, but glimpse back. Will finally fall here to S4. Still has the mech ready to go if he needs it. They'll doom him. He didn't get to pop it in time. Didn't have the magic stick charges used in time. And now Misery trying to duke it out with Big Daddy. He's got no glimpse anymore, so he will end up retreating out. Barely surviving is everyone on Alliance, aside from that Magnus. 2 for 1 exchange. They got 2 cores. Secret just getting cocky.
Biggest promising fight there for Alliance thus far, as Kuroki thought he was going to get a single easy pickoff, but help was on the way, and the 8 Mother moving on in, it definitely turned in their favor, and unfortunately the rest of Secret either not getting involved or just coming a little too late. And as you pointed out, S4 couldn't even get the mech off to help sustain the team a bit, and they ultimately go down. Alliance benefit from that, but a fun little niche kind of combo that they do have with Chen on the team is there's a free Death Pack creep that might always be nearby in potential team fights to come
and
for
with
Kuroki.
Bonus HP to boot.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you hit even harder as that Clayks, who has the Blink Dagger ready, will jump in on Misery. Kill secured. Nicely done by Kuroki.
Redemption for Kuroki there after he got a little careless over there. He manages to find a sweet pickoff for himself, and he might not be done yet. He's kind of scouting out 8 Mother over here as his little prey. He starts laying out these right clicks, eating the damage. He even throws out the shockwave.
Oh, he made it, the RP! Oh, what a player.
Oh, now desperate. Even the relocate to come in. Oh. Ooh, Alliance.
They wasted relocate and RP. Like, how do you defend your towers now? Drop Plague Wards, dude. That's it. That's all you got. Bulldog does not yet have that Aghanim Scepter. Kuroki making 8 Mothers. Amazing Magnus just looked silly here.
What a fantastic sidestep. Jeez. Just knew it was coming.
That was the
played
Barry
him like
Sanders
a fiddle.
play, dude. Put on those cleats. The ukes.
Now they continue to add pressure mid lane. This tier 1 very, very low. You see the early foundation of wards coming out from Bulldog right now, just trying to slow their roll. But look who's lingering behind. It's going to be none other than Kuroki. Scouts out and sees where Bulldog's positioning is, and you got Big Daddy here with everything ready to go. The Static Storm, the Glimpse, in case anyone is to TP in, he'll just promptly send them back like it was nothing, and they'll just be able to secure this tower very easily.
This is good, particularly for the Legion commander. Still doesn't have a Blink Dagger. It's been a rough game for Fly, but on the back of this tower, despite that 1 and 2 start... Oh, hold that thought. Okay. No relocate. KuroKy on the prowl. Probably a dead
He's got a Blink, too. He can get off a few shots, blink forward, and finish what he started if he's feeling it.
Slowed. There's no tower. Oh, no, man, this is... He's just waiting for Aki to stop hiding behind the trees. It is nighttime.
Hi, how you doing? See ya. Man, oh man, he's even doing huge damage to Loda. Oh boy, Loda's now got to get on the run here. I think KuroKy is he asserting his dominance? He's going to keep going. He blinks forward. He thinks he can get it done. There's going to be the goo. And now he might overcommit, but a Desperation TP eats the Poison Nova, and nope, he's going to get stuck. Doom's going to fly out, and he will fall. And the only times he's been taken down is when he's feeling a bit overzealous.
Well, that's twice this game. There is a 4-position Doom. Now, I actually can't believe Misery's going for Midas. Alliance are... nothing if not determined about their greed. They run the 4-position Doom again after it failed horribly yesterday. Pretty much every game they've lost, I would say a decent chunk of why they've struggled is just that they can't get enough done in the laning stage. They fall too far behind, and I mean, this is a team that picked up 4 Midases with a Crystal Maiden and an Abaddon earlier this week. Like, Midas on those heroes? Now, granted, there was an amazing Aghanim Scepter, or Blink Dagger BKB Crystal Maiden Ultimate. Almost turned the game for them. They will relocate bottom, they'll kill off Big Daddy. It seems greedy, but I suppose at this point, if Alliance is going to turn this one around, they got to
start
play a little bit.
Yeah, they need some kills. They need to get some momentum back in their favor, and if they have to...
That death is big. Look at this graph.
They get it. I mean, gotta remember, even though they've tweaked the numbers over and over again, the rubber band is very much a real thing, and every little bit certainly does help. So they get a nice quick snag right there, and well, for Secret, the rest of them, it's more of a separation and farm. For Puppy, still making work in the jungle right now. He has his urn near 500 gold, not looking to expend a whole lot after that. Big Daddy, after being picked off, is got nearly 1,000 gold to work with right now, but he's moving towards the mid lane. Would love to get the long range glimpse. It's got huge range. It's just on the cusp of Bulldog right there. Ooh, now he can get it if he wants it, and he will. He pulls him all the way back right into a cage of death. Desperation TP. Can he get out from this one? No, he cannot, because it's time to duel, and they fight it out, and it's going to be a quick winner for him. More bonus damage in the pocket of Simba.
We need that soundboard, dude. Where's that applause? Like, you got like the in-game applause, but we need to ramp it up for the viewers here.
I can give you applause, right?
All right.
There you go. Good job,
That's not
Simba.
as good.
Okay, whatever.
Give soundboard, please.
Whatever.
They'll push it in the mid lane now. Puppy, look how confident he is. He's just going to go off into the jungle on his own with 4 heroes off the map. They know this is where Alliance are weak, and as soon as Secret sees that Midas on the Doom, you've got to know they're going for objectives. Roche, tier 2 mid. Like, the kill on Benno is nice, but that's not really the big issue. The big issue is, how are you defending your high ground? I mean, I think they need like a Blink Dagger initiation from the Doom. To be fair, the problem maybe lies with running the 4-position Doom more than his item selection, but the question remains, how do Alliance hang on? 8-Mother, does he even have a Blink Dagger yet? Finally, it's picked up. Still a long way to go here, and he's even been forced to not max skewer. He's so low level that he says, you know what, we're going to need Empower to turn this one around, so take that early second point in it. That is a very unusual Magnus build.
As I continue to look at Secret's draft, and we were just really curious how it ends up working together, there's fun little things that I've just noticed on out. Being able to use the Legion Commanders, press the attack on your Clinks, of course, also helps. He has even quicker and harder hitting right clicks if they have to use on the towers. Very nice. I already talked about Chen having the creeps by standby for the free ultimate right there, and using the Death Pact is nice.
Mobile
and
fountain.
Yeah, it's all focused around KuroKy being able to help him out when he does decide to kind of move with the group and not get too cocky with some of his plays. But I think the ball is definitely in their court. But look at this behind the back play coming up from Alliance. They sneak into the Roche pit, and they're going to look to try to grab that one out. And I don't think Secret are onto this one quite yet. But they are going to scout probably with these little skeletons.
No.
Haha, what's going on?
Skeletons know. Oh, suddenly 5 Alliance heroes in the river. I wonder what's going on in the Roche pit. Well, let's have a gander.
Wards are going to slow them down, but that's more than enough for Alliance to be scared and have to pull back.
They just reminded Secret that Roche is on the map, and Secret like, oh, we're going to take that. You just go back to the well.
Gotta be careful though, blinking Magnus with RP.
Can he skewer anyone up to the high ground into his team? That would be the ideal play for 8-Mother.
Right into the hands of a Poison Nova perhaps, and starting out the Quills, who really knows, but they're not about that life. Secret are coming around the backside with all
They
these
got the level
creeps.
4 glimpse. They're in range. They get the glimpse off the start. It's onto the Doom. Misery, no retreat now. RP. Dustbind 2, but 8 Mother can't get off a good skewer. He actually brings an S4, but it's only S4 with the Chen backing up. The hand of God there. He was doomed as the winner is attempted. Fly secures more bonus damage. 30 up for him. S4 going down to the Bristleback. Maybe Bristle Boss can turn this one. They do take down the Wisp. And now Kuroki on the retreat out. Another glimpse. And it looks like Big Daddy gonna live.
Man.
That wasn't too bad for Alliance, honestly. They barely saved their Doom. They lose a Magnus who at least has his Blink now and take down the Viper.
Simba's got plenty of life and mana to work with here. They're kind of second-guessing maybe a reinitiation here on Loda, even though Kuroki is so low. If he can wait another 5 seconds and use that death pack, it wouldn't be too bad for him. But they're not going to get the opportunity. Loda promptly leaves on out. Still Secret in front, 12-8, but I agree that battle was pretty much down the middle.
Wards I've been planted down as well. Mid lane, good Observer Ward here for Secret. Good one in the bottom lane too. I don't think Secret can rest too easy just yet. You are up against the Doom with the Midas. You did slow him down there with the kill, but you don't really want to let a team that has Magnus Doom get to late game. With this kind of start, also not going for Midas on your Clinks, Kuroki will pick up a Demon Edge. Either your Daedalus or MKB likely coming out next, and I would like to see them keep the offensive going. Finish off a Roshan, maybe take that tier 2 top first, find a pick off before you do it.
Could use a hand.
It's not... They can go late by all means with Legion Commander Clinks. It's still good late game, but their draft is designed to just crush Alliance before they can even really get their head in the game.
Loda grabs the Vanguard, and he's one step closer to finishing the precious Crimson Guard. Really
Did he get the
curious,
Sanj first, or... I didn't see how he... I saw he had Buckler Sanj, but... Not sure how he got there.
I wonder if he can turn that Sanj into Danger Yasha or the Halberd to make it work against Kuroki and try to lock down that additional right click, but...
I think it's just like, shit, I need something right now because they're coming for our base and we have a Doom with the Midas.
Yeah, and the output of damage is not quite going to be there. They have a big setup with the RP and the skewer, but how much follow-up comes after that is pretty much the big question on the side of Alliance, while Secret continue to farm up the ability to bring forward the right click. S4, he's got his mech, he's building to the traditional cookie cutter kind of a Viper build, getting a hold of his Agnums. Kuroki on his side, it looks like he's going to go straight for heavy hitting crit damage, as it looks like the Crystal's already complete in Demon Edge.
They glimpsed Misery a bit early. Big Daddy doesn't have the right timing there. Could have held it a little longer, but I think was worried about Alliance coming to back up that Doom. They'll back off in the end.
Your Crimson card complete. Kuroki's got his Daedalus probably near complete now, if not already complete. Yeah, and he's already laying out on a tower, and that was quick work. Didn't take a whole lot of muscle, and they're starting to restrict any sort of available farm from Alliance as they continue to sweep on through and just take away their whole precious jungle.
I think wisely, Alliance are going to choose their battles here. They don't want to fight outside the base. Did fail in... Well, actually, I don't know if they failed on the D ward, but they don't have... Actually, that ward expires right now, so works out well for them as they're going to smoke. Near where it stood, they would have at least seen heroes moving around in the neighborhood, and they do have an empowered Misery in front. Can they get a good Doom initiation? Send back waiting, a glimpse waiting. Really just can't go on the Viper. They're going to try for it, but if need be, send back will be here.
Oh, if he gets a good timing Static Storm as well, they're not going to be able to get a whole lot off, but they're going and they're duking out right under the Static Storm, but yeah, sent back. And now...
Problem is Kuroki wanted to fight this. Oh, man, miscommunication from Secret. They had the send back. He could have just ran away, but... Well, either he gave the go order and Puppy and the rest of the team said hell no, or he didn't realize the send back was coming.
Another play where he just kind of gets a little reckless. I mean, quite the recluse this game on these Clinks.
That's actually 3 times this game where Kuroki has been pretty over-aggressive. This time could have been on the team. The other 2 times were just him underestimating the survivability of the line.
But with that, they have advantage in numbers and Kuroki off the field. They're thinking they can go for Roche, but they're still second-guessing it. Lingering nearby is Big Daddy. He doesn't have the Static Storm available anymore, but I guess it's more than enough for Alliance to go, nope, never mind, they leave.
I like how Roche just randomly slams the ground. Get the fuck out of my pit.
If you're gonna fight the whole time. Why you gotta give me just these little flirts? It's like, I'm ready to go toe-to-toe, and you're just kind of dancing with me a bit. But
I have 10,000 HP. Come at me, bro.
You even lift.
Big Daddy will go down here. Nice pick off for Alliance. Can they find more? Secret's starting to struggle a bit as Simba will be next on the list. Is that a Roach?
Yeah, that's an easy segue.
That's 3 heroes dead, 1 by 1. All of them very avoidable.
Looks like we lost.
Yeesh.
It's not like Alliance were forcing anything. They were just sitting around near the pit. Oh, hey, wild disruptor appears in the river. Kill, kill, kill. Now it's 11-12 game. At the 1,800 gold swing, make it what, like a 3,000 gold swing roughly if someone, once one of these heroes gets the Roshan. And that's now an Aghanim Scepter complete on Bulldog.
Ooh, that's big. No one has a
comeback coming.
No one has a BKB. I don't see any sort of early makings of a pipe. There's a mechanism.
They have Hand of God, which is like decent.
Hand of God and
only a level 1 hand. That's actually about to be leveled, but still.
This
yeah,
is
no pipe, no BKB.
Level 2 Poison Nova with an Magnum still does huge damage as it is, so that's a bit scary. So you got that on top of everything else with proper lockdown, a good jump in from Ape Mother, could set things up, constant damage coming out from those freaking quills. Gets a bit ridiculous, so I don't know, it's not as easy breezy as Secret might have were expecting as the game was progressing, as Alliance are slowly clawing themselves back into this game on the back of a Loda Bristleback.
Even though Alliance don't have a traditional hard carry, I don't particularly like Secret's chances late game. They're decent. Viper, pretty good against melee carries, but there's a lot of backup to deal with that. The Wisp Tether, yeah, it's a squishy Wisp, but a few more wand fights, he could get some farm. And they do have the Doom Magnus combo. Like, you go late game against Doom Magnus, you're just praying that they don't hit their ultimates. If they do, probably losing the fight. I'm not really content if I'm on Secret now, Coddle. I think their start, they expected to just take a lane of racks, or at least force multiple buybacks, secure the Roche, and completely control the game, but it's actually Alliance on the aggressive now, pushing for the tier 1 top. This will be their second tower of the game if they can claim it.
Yeah, and you've got to second guess your initiation here. You're not going to just kind of jump in and go for a duel in the middle of everyone and risk getting yourself caught out too easily. They got to have a formidable setup and maybe use the extra team fight and crowd control coming out from your disruptor. And I guess if they always need to, they can fall back on some sort of plan B. I mean, Kuroki's pretty much been playing on his own as it is, but he has to be cautious that they don't decide to pick up a set of dusts, a good sentry that could be lingering in their own jungle, or perhaps even a gem that can catch him outright, as it could be a bit finicky. He can always go for some sort of cheeky little rat plays to quickly burst down towers.
You can't rat 5 man in the jungle, right? Like, yeah, how do you kill these heroes?
He's just like, here's all the intel you could ask for on your own team, but I hope he's not thinking about making a go on anyone unless something...
He really would love to kill the Whip. And he's going to go for... Okay, gets the crit, but RP actually canceled there at the last second by Ape Mother.
Quick blink to get out as well. That was just a hit and run.
If he didn't get that crit, he probably doesn't get that. Nonetheless, good news for Alliance is they did not use RP. They managed to cancel it.
Yeah, and it's just a Wisp.
It is just a Wisp, but I think it's an important part of keeping the Bristleback alive as this game goes on. And that's basically the Alliance draft in a nutshell, is Veno does a lot of damage over time, and Bristle cleans everyone up. So, Wisp dies, you don't have the overcharge, you don't have the tether heals. It's not the worst hero to die, but the Wisp still is an important part of the game plan for Alliance.
And he's good. Good
Secret losing their momentum more than anything. And I'm just not used to seeing this team have a lead and then lose it. Usually they just flat out win the laning stage and win the game. That's like 80% of the games that I've cast. Or once in a while they lose the laning stage, but then they make a comeback with Kuroki on like a Dusa, Parablade, a Naga, super hard carry. But he's a Clinks. Can't count on Clinks to solo carry the game. Towers have backdoor protection now. This ain't Dota from 5 years ago.
Certainly not. As looks like Alliance, they got that buddy-buddy system. They're constantly moving as a group. They don't want anyone outside past the leash and risk getting it picked off there by Kuroki. And they're going to wait and, like you said, choose the proper fights to take. And I think Secret know that that's getting a bit scary. They got to farm up more items here. As far as a lot of gold, 2.6k to work with. I'm curious what he's going to invest in, but here you go. Viper Sharks and catch here on Loda. Loda going to be slow, but it's going to allow the rest of the team to make it happen. He's happy to be on the front lines right now. And Secret kind of second-guessing what they want to do. They do have to forfeit over that tier 1 tower, and Alliance get what they want and they leave.
They do not want to fight the Aegis, but they get the glimpse off an Ape Mother. And then what? And then nothing.
Nice, admirable setup coming out from No-Tail taking advantage of his Blink Dagger, but nothing's going to come of it, and Loda eager to move on forward.
They're still waiting for this backstab from Kuro, but if you literally just hug each other and now have a gem, like, Kuro knows he can't really go in. He's just hoping they spread, but another glimpse attempted. Alliance with the team retreat. No openings.
It looked like Ape Mother was trying to TP out of that one.
It's so easy to mess that up when you're up against Disruptor. Like, okay, everyone just TP away, or like, yeah, okay, you run, I'll join you soon. Bam, you're dead. But that was perfect execution against the Disruptor.
It's not every game that you get to go against Disruptor as it is. Sometimes you just kind of forget, like, oh, I'm just going to TP in and help out my friends, and he's going to be right there see you later. So
leader in net worth, Bristle Boss, 3.2k gold, Sanjin Yasha, Crimson Guard. Where do you go from here?
Fantastic question. No, I'm not big on my bristleback core play to know like really one wants to take it from here. I mean, I don't think it's too necessary to actually get anything more survivability like a BKB. Maybe just more raw right-click damage that on top of his already Empower that's helping out, plus the overcharge to really take it home for his team and try to siege the base. I mean, do you consider going more utility? AC maybe?
AC would be pretty good this game. There is a decent amount of physical damage, especially from a Clicks with a Daedalus. Other option is the Heart, which is, I guess, the direction Load is going to go. Picks up the Reaver.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll see a Satanic, and it works really well with Empower. That works off of your base stats.
You can save the AC for Doom as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Misery can grab it. He also has a gem. I don't know if that was a more recent pickup, but now Kuroki...
He had it in the push mid. I think that was the first time he used it.
Yeah, so Kuroki definitely has a second guess as far as where he commits, and he's already doing a bit of split pushing up here in the top. There's no more tier 2 standing. In fact, all the outer towers have already been taken down on the side of Alliance, as now they just only have to work with high ground defense, but it doesn't look like Secret are even going to be pushing as a group past the river anytime soon. But just as I say that, we're going to see a small smoke popping over here on the bottom. It's only between the dynamic duo of Big Daddy and Simba. Former Fnatic brothers, I guess, if you will, as they're going to try to go arm in arm to scout anything out. But look at these wards.
The Great Wall of Bulldog.
Oh, they jump in. Can he get the duel? He can. Stagstorm committing a lot to just take down this Venomancer. Can he get the Nova off? Maybe Desperate Nova?
No winner, though. No winner.
A little too late. Takes a little too much to take down, and that's a tribute to the Agnum Scepter, of course, adding all that extra life.
Simba falling a bit short there, but in good news, it's not like it's going to lead to anything else. Secret aren't going to take an objective off of this. They will go back to farming, and ultimately, Bulldog isn't expected to do much except press R in a team fight, right? Like, that's the point of this Venomancer pick, so as long as he does that, it will be a job well done for him. Still, it's nice for Secret to finally have some momentum. They're looking for this top jump. They have the gem online, but Kuroki already skeleton walked, so not going to be an easy
he's hoping to blink forward and get a small just gander at where he could be, and hope that he just gets a little too reckless as he's been, and maybe farming a side camp, and they pop out the Doom. They have a great follow-up, and they take out their precious core. He'd follow up easily with a relocate even if needed, and they're not going to have the opportunity there. Kuroki does find the opportunity to make a quick retreat, continues to farm it on up, but I don't know, I'm just curious what the overall game plan is. I mean, S4 has been relentlessly farming himself, maybe as the fallback for a true right-click and a bit of damage on his own team. He's got the Yasha already in hand.
Man, Secret want that gem so badly right now. They just keep on painting the Doom. They send Kuroki and Simba top, but they can't jump him. He's got 4 heroes behind him most of the time.
S4's got Manta, so he's starting to build a little bit more for himself. Nice quick grab for him. And it looked like a couple of 4 staffs as well in the courier, or at least staffs on the courier, so more 4 staffs, more mobility also popping up for them. It should work out, but it's going to be a Shiva's grab now for your Doom. That definitely helps against your right-clicking Kuroki. And extra armor, slows down his attack quite a bit. A lot of utility. I don't know, man, these beefy bad boys from the draft are starting to look beefier and beefier.
You go back to some of those earlier avoidable pickoffs that Secret have given away, and you just wonder, have they lost their timing at this point? They have heroes that go reasonably late in theory, on paper, but a Legion commander with a Blink Dagger and Blade Mail, unless he gets fed, it's not like it's up to him whether or not he can carry this late game. It's up to the enemy team to make mistakes. Planks up against the gem can't assassinate. That's the whole goal of the heroes, to go around picking off squishy supports, cores that are out of position. But for the most part, Alliance just haven't really made those mistakes. Now they're jumping on top lane. Shiva's to top. They go on to Simba. They'll doom him immediately. And that means, well, no opportunity for him to get a duel off. They'll skewer Kuroki back towards his own team, Static Storm. And then what? Then they followed up with right clicks. And Kuroki just melts. They did manage to get the Legion commander out, though. Fly into the tree line. Blink Dagger cooling down. Looks like he will be able to TP out.
Well, bottom S4 doing a bit of his own side push happening here, but I have to agree, they have some sort of objectives in mind, like whether it's a pick off here, and they can't really push as a group. I mean, even Chen with his, power army can't kind of go down to the other side. Devour on the other team plus a Midas, his army is going to be quickly taken up, so they might just save it in reserve instead for Kuroki, but he hasn't really been a part of the team, so that's finicky as it is. It's not like Legion Commander can properly move in and catch out anyone.
Look how big this bristleback is, by the way.
I mean, how are you going to take care of this guy? He's going to be forced to glimpse back in a bit of desperation to make some space.
Puppy has no TP,
yeah,
though.
He's locked in the corner.
He has a 4 staff, but He's just holding it, and 2 auto attacks will kill him. Oh, man. Pile driven.
I don't know what Chen is going to really be able to offer at this point aside from his global heal. It's rough. Grab a hold of a ice troll to kind of help out, I guess, with your team, and maybe a wolf. It's rough, man. They're getting beefier and beefier, and I don't know how they're going to be able to crack this tough shell.
This bristleback is a real issue. And they're going to find S4.
Oh, big grab. S4 is going to be tough to take down. He might be able to bring one person with him here. 8 Mother, Desperation TP, but he's not going to be able to get away from that. But with that overcharge help and Aki being right by the side, Loda just kind of unloads on him. And I think S4 knew it was going to be doom as it was, but he just gets one with it on the way out.
Poor 8 Mother. Didn't have fun against Viper in lane. Even when he's got 4 friends backing him up, he still gets punched by the bully.
Big, ugly, sacrificial lamb, unfortunately, for that kind of a...
That wasn't necessary. No mercy for Magnus.
No, it works out to their benefit as the big bad boy Bristle is the one to reap all the rewards and benefits, and now he's going to get better form as he moves on in and just kind of takes it to Roche. And I think they're happy. Even if a fight comes their way, they're going to feel very, very confident with this one. It doesn't look like Secret are going to contest this whatsoever. Free easy Roche.
Alright, I gotta say, what's the game plan for Secret now? This is the second Roshan for Alliance. Last one was something Secret maybe could have taken for themselves, but due to some pickoffs, ended up going the other way. They haven't breached high ground yet. The tier 3s all relatively healthy. Glyphs online, now you're fighting against an Aegis. There's a buyback on the Bristleback. Well, just Alliance. Well, how do Alliance lose this game, or conversely, how do Secret turn this one around?
I don't know. Crazy rat tactics from your Clinks with a big guy nearby in case they relocate in, and you send them back. Well, I'm glad you joined us, my friend. How you doing?
Ben, I think Alliance might be coming back, taking down Team Secret here.
Secret are 3-0, Alliance 1-4. They're near the bottom of the barrel right now for the Summit too, so they need all the wins they can get. And they have a tough road ahead of them. It wasn't like they had a whole lot, but looking to fight back against one of the most promising teams in the region right now.
Merlini's just looking under the couch for cats right now or something, I assume. He's left. He's got no answers for Secret. I guess that means
early. I'm not a morning person.
That was a GG any minute move.
Cool for Alliance, I guess. Neat.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Whatever. If I was playing, I'd do pretty good, I guess.
He said all of this. You guys just didn't hear it.
I don't know, man. To be honest with you, Secret, I think they put together a game plan that's ultimately got to work out. I think by this point, Alliance have built up enough resources, enough farm that they have all they could ever ask for, and it's going to be just pretty much David against Goliath, but Goliath is probably not going to be go down by a simple slingshot in this kind of a matchup. They're just going to move through. They're going to start taking all those towers that they kind of delayed at this point. That's even more reliable income to come in, and they're ready to break high ground. Viper Strike, that's cool. Neat. Not really stopping me from going on in as he just continues to unload. We got Aki in the background just kind of keeping the overcharge, but those rat split push tactics that they might have to fall back on are actually happening right now with
He hasn't really itemized that well for it, though. Like, he's got a Scythe and a Blink Dagger.
No.
Doesn't help you kill towers. Loda's already into one.
Yeah.
Still have their Aegis on the Doom. It will be popped now.
And he hits so hard even as a Bristleback. With the help of that in power, it's just ridiculous. No one falls yet, and they lose a whole set of racks. Kuroki trying to at least tie it up. There's your relocate in, but no one nearby to help glimpse it out, and he quickly steps out. That's neat. You traded a tier 3 for a whole set of racks and everything on the top lane.
And an Aegis, but yeah, considering how this game began, not good
Whoa!
enough. We haven't glimpsed back Ake. They timed it wrong on no-tail. He was hoping to glimpse him back towards where he once stood, but just sends him back to base. Free fountain trip now for Ake. Pick up that teleport scroll.
I don't know. What do you do if you're like a Chen in this kind of game at this point?
This Bristleback is too big, dude. Look at this. 3,200 health, 18 armor, Crimson Guard, Assault Cuirass, Heart.
Get the ACG.
Sanj and Yasha, do you remember how poor Loda started this game? At one point, he's like, I need a Sanj. Oh crap, Warp Team probably needs a Crimson Guard. Let me just get a Buckler now. We got to be able to fight like in the next minute. They were up against Kuroki, just running around the map doing whatever the hell he pleased. Oh, how the times have changed.
I mean, do you think it was just the couple of reckless plays that they handed over, and the Clinks, and that wasn't more than enough for Alliance to pull it together and be like, hey, we got this, no problem. We just inherited a bit of an extra bounty. The gold swing's coming our way. Now we got items. We're big, we're bad, we're not beautiful, but we're getting it done.
Yeah, I think it's mostly that. I would say Alliance still potentially could have won this turtling, even if they don't get those pickoffs, but like, the game would have been so much different if Secret gets the Aegis, doesn't give up the at least 1 or 2 of those kills on Kuroki, particularly the one right before the Roshan engagement. If the team doesn't follow up, like, we remember when he blinked in after they'd already sent back the Viper, S4 is completely fine. Those types of fights, I feel like, just avoidable mistakes from Secret, and maybe Alliance still turns this. They have a good turtle lineup, but
they're not
it definitely wouldn't have been as easy.
There's no more, like, lingering solo heroes on the side of Alliance. They're constantly moving as a wolf pack from objective to objective. Secret were finally, as a group here, on the other side. Maybe I thought that was going to be sort of an all-or-nothing play for them. I mean, I would imagine they feel like that because they're looking at the other side and they're big.
They just haven't. They don't have the heroes. Like, Clix can rat. That's it, and he hasn't itemized for it. You mentioned the fact that Syrian Arrows isn't a unique attack modifier anymore, so you could go for like the Desolator, but he hasn't done that.
He's picked up items where you want to fight as a a group or get pickoffs and have lockdown, but I don't think a sheepstick's going to help a lot at this point.
Yeah, like even if you went Desolator, I don't know if it would matter, or you saw Kuraz. I mean, anything that, or even just the straight damage item, anything that kills buildings quicker. But a lot of it's like, what do you build now? Hex is not a bad item by any means. Prevent the relocate out. Your team is a bit light on actual team fight disable, but they give up a tier 2. Loda's still pushing in. Now he's got the gem. And they leave only the Wisp, or actually no, just the Magnus. The Wisp's not here for now.
He turns his back and he's just like, oh, nice right clicks, that's okay. Actually takes him down to half life. He's slowly going down, and they actually have to pull out the eject seat right there. And
that wasn't a yeah. Hit the button. I'll be coming back though.
Alright, so you did have to expend a relocate to save it, and for Secret they didn't have to use a whole lot to force out the relocate, so that's not too shabby. Just a simple Viper Strike, which is already back up and available, and same with the Manta, so not too shabby, as now a Veil going to be held by the Venomancer, which does go through any sort of BKB or magic immunity as far as how long it lingers.
How long has it been since you've seen a game with 0 BKBs? 10 heroes, no BKBs.
No pipe either. Magic damage is going to be coming in a full and a plenty here.
No BKBs, yeah, no pipe. That's just flat
and he's
out
almost
weird,
16.
man.
He's going to have a level 3 Agnum's Poison Nova. With a Veil.
With a Veil.
So all those supports just going to crumble under the Black Plague.
And the one who, yeah, the one who really benefits is Loda now. He'll be cleaning up the kills.
And the Quill's constantly going out, the heavy harassment. It's just, it's rough, man.
And they also have Exo Misery. He's closing in on Refresher territory. I mean, if he needs to farm that, it'll probably be like another 3 to 5 minutes, but depending on if they win a fight or take towers. But once he gets that, it's like, what does Secret do? You don't have Corrosive Skin anymore. If you're Viper, you really can't play. Shines out of the fight immediately, and it's just GG. Blinking out Misery. Here we go.
Oh, Static Storm is dropped. They're actually locking Doom in a nice spot, but Crimson Guard's going to be popped in. It's taking a lot of work even to take down one. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, is your RB going to be pulled out on Kuroki. They spotted him out, and they want to make him pay. They have the gem, and he's gone. That's all it takes. He does fall down. He does have a buyback available to come back. He might need to consider it here because his army is quickly falling apart right before his very eyes. There goes Legion Commander, just falls short. There's your buyback coming out from S4, and Kuroki does end up pulling it out. This is probably going to be their last hurrah just like that. The Glimpse is going to send Misery all the way back. They might be able to pick him up on the back end right now, but he turns right back on Big Daddy. But here comes S4 back in. They do take out... No! It's a little too late. At the very last second, they end up taking down the Doom. But unfortunately, he's not going to be safe, and they're going to wait for Wisp. We're going to get this ball when he comes back, that's for sure.
Still triple buyback.
Yeah.
Actually, all 3 of them on cores. Well, they get the plus 14 damage there.
Whee!
Yeah, whee.
But it's not like Legion Commander's on the assault anymore. It's always on the back pedal. He's not blinking in to get a nice duel off or anything like that.
But duel? Wisp is always out of range. Veno is a blink dagger, and even if you kill Bulldog, he's not that squishy and not that important. He'll pop his ult before he dies. You can't kill the other heroes. Definitely not killing the Bristlebag. Doom out of range as well. Too tanky.
I mean, I guess they know what they're
dual targets.
They know what they're going up against. I mean, Loda's almost 6 slotted, with the exception of maybe Boots of Travel and maybe, I guess, dropping out the gem to someone else and getting it done. So it can't get a whole lot harder, right? Except for the fact that their support staff is going to start building in a lot more. If Doom does indeed go Refresher, that's going to take 2 people out of the battle just like that. It's not like they have even a Lincoln's, let alone that BKB. Oh, I got a brief glimpse of the network graph. It's quite the fall. Like a scary roller coaster ride.
Secret now. They do hold the racks. That's the good news. The tier 3 stands, they didn't even have to use a glyph. Trying to look on it at the bright side here. And if they potentially can push in the lanes, find a pickoff, catch Alliance with their pants down without buyback, it could be tough as 3 heroes currently have it, all 3 cores. That maybe they can take at least a single lane of racks. They do have a Clinks. He's always going to be a good building demolisher.
Ah, there we go.
There's your pipe. After the Rod of Athos.
They're moving up aggressively through the enemy jungle, maybe hoping that they're going to just step back and just kind of go to a casual separation of farm, but that's not going to be the case. But can we bring down Bristleback? They're kind of second-guessing it right now. They have a DD on S4. They're like, is this going to be enough? I don't know. Bristleback's big. Got a silly hat, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Head of the Night Watch.
Like a tourist.
Tourist. Bristleback does Vegas.
National Lampoon's Bristleback Vacation right here as he moves down the mid lane and hoping to take a sweet trip towards the enemy base and just kind of bring it to Victoryville. But it's going to be rough here. Secret keeps second guessing. This is like the second or third time I've seen him congregate to the other side, and they're kind of huddled together like, okay, what's the game plan? What are they going to hand over our way that we can quickly jump on? And,
oh, they found S4. They have a Basher. He's in a lot of trouble now, man.
Forced to pull out the Manta, but that's not going to be enough. Boom, bang.
Did you see that little death? Oh my god. Once you doom him, he doesn't have the corrosive skin, and that just ate into like a third of his HP almost? Jesus. Rough. This might be over.
What is this, a relocate briefly forward? It is, just to kind of catch out the front lines of Puppy. Puppy's gone, see you later. Put that Puppy down. And now we got 2 heroes down with no buyback and available. It's a simple 3 versus 5, and I think this is the beginning of the end, to be honest with the Alliance. They're going to break the high ground. Uncontested Loda just kind of lays into this Tier 3 tower. Kuroki, where's our damage at? He needs to get in here and make it happen. He does have the death packed out with a little bit of extra damage, but I don't think it's going to be
plus
enough.
377 damage right now with Empowered.
Hey! Clinks looks like nothing compared to that. Ah, get over here!
Boom! Boom!
Oh my, I've never seen a strong old Bristleback in a game.
GG, Secret. Notch a loss on their belt. Alliance.
Their first loss to Alliance.
Have they found their rhythm here? They were frustrated after yesterday, you can only imagine, but man, what a comeback.
It's hard to really say. I mean, what would you say? Was it they got outdrafted? Did Alliance just look that much better? Was Secret just getting a bit careless? They're like, oh, we'll just throw a little bit of this together. They put together kind of a counter draft where they're like, oh, you get a Wisp, we'll get a Disruptor. You get all this big melee tough guys, we'll get a Viper. And then we'll just kind of give Kuroki one of his go-to heroes, a nice little Clinks. It looks like a promising start. They're getting a lot done. They're picking up big items, and then a reckless play here, a reckless play there. Next thing you know, Alliance got items, they got gold, and it's scary.
It feels